The breaking developments involving President Biden's campaign. The president facing growing pressure from top Democrats to step aside. Sources say former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is among those who have now delivered their concerns directly to the president. Concerned President Biden will not be able to beat Trump in November, given the polling in the key battleground states. This all comes with President Biden now off the campaign trail, recovering from COVID at his home in Delaware after testing positive at a campaign event in Nevada. The president saying he's doing well, but moving slowly when he arrived back in Delaware. Tonight, the two major stories here, former President Donald Trump and what he told ABC News about his speech here tonight, how it's changed after the assassination attempt. And now President Biden, is he open to discussions over whether he should stay in the race? What John Carl has learned, and ABC's chief White House correspondent Mary Bruce leading us off from Rehoboth Beach, Delaware tonight.
Tonight, President Biden isolating at his beach house recovering from COVID as calls from Democrats for him to exit the race reach a crescendo. Overnight, Biden landing in Delaware, seen walking down the stairs, telling reporters, "I'm doing well." But the president appearing to be assisted as he was getting into his car. Biden then putting on a mask. Tonight, the White House releasing a letter from the president's doctor saying Biden is still experiencing mild upper respiratory symptoms and he does not have a fever and his vital signs remain normal. The president is taking Paxlovid. Today, we heard the toll of COVID in his voice. This radio interview conducted right before he tested positive. Biden coughing as he tries to explain his disastrous debate performance.
I have been exhausted. I had been traveling around the world. I wasn't ready. And I performed terribly. And so people are now saying, well, that was only one thing. But he's 81 years old. What happens when he's 84 years old? What happens when he's 85 years old?
It comes as the country's top Democrats pressure Biden to quit the campaign. ABC News first to report that Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, in a face-to-face meeting last week, made the case it would be best if Biden dropped out of the race. Amid concerns the president's advisors aren't giving him the full picture, Schumer presenting him with polling data showing he could drag down Democrats in the House and Senate. Sources tell us former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi also delivering her blunt concerns directly. House Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries delivering a similar message. But tonight, a top White House aide tells me the president is as committed as ever to staying in this race. Still, other sources say the president has absolutely been more receptive to hearing out calls for him to end his candidacy. Top Democrats know what comes next is entirely up to the president.
President Biden decides this is the toughest job in the world. I don't think I've got the ability to do it. He's going to level with the American public about it because he always puts his country over himself.
The question is, who is the president listening to? Today, ABC News obtaining a 4-page letter Congressman Jamie Raskin sent Biden over the 4th of July, imploring him to reconsider his campaign, comparing him to a baseball pitcher, saying there is no shame in taking a well-deserved bow to the overflowing appreciation of the crowd when your arm is tired out, telling Biden you are both our star pitcher and our manager, urging caucus with the team, Mr. President, hear them out. You will make the right decision. But for now, President Biden isolating at home in Rehoboth, Delaware. First Lady Jill Biden there too. The decision, his alone to make.
We're hoping for a quick recovery for the president from COVID, of course, in these last 24 hours. Mary Bruce is in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware for us tonight. And Mary, we have seen the national polling here weeks now after that poor debate performance. President Biden, Donald Trump, still locked in a very tight race nationally. Trump ahead by 1 or 2 points in many of the national polls. But obviously this race is going to be decided in those key battleground states, the Electoral College, and Trump is leading in all of those key battlegrounds. So do we know, I'm curious if the president is being shown any polling indicating that Vice President Kamala Harris would perform any better in those key battlegrounds?
Well, David, a source tells me the president has asked to see polling on Kamala Harris and how she would do. Now, we don't know exactly what numbers he's looking at, but 2 days ago out on the campaign trail, the president saying of Harris, quote, she's not only a great vice president, she could be president of the United States. David.
All of this moving quickly. Mary Bruce leading us off. Mary, thank you.